Hello and welcome to November's episode of Let's Talk Oregon. I'm your host, Mike Ducett, and on today's show, we're going to have two special guests with us. First, we'll be sitting down with Heather Young, who volunteers with the Oregon Area Historical Society to let us know about current happenings and events coming up at the museum. And in the second segment, we'll be sitting down with Julie Krystof, who is the new director of the Oregon Area Food Pantry. It's time to reflect on this season of gratitude, and hopefully after watching this episode today, you'll be grateful for all the wonderful things that are happening in our community. So first, let's welcome our first guest, Heather, to the show. Welcome back.
Thanks.
This is your second visit to Let's Talk Oregon. And can you just take a minute to kind of remind our viewers about your role at the Historical Society? And just even like there's people that are probably new to the show or new viewers that don't even know where it is or that it even exists. So take it away.
Yeah. So as you said, my name is Heather Young. I am the current Publicity Coordinator at the Oregon Area Historical Society. We are located at 159 West Lincoln Street. It's at the corner of West Lincoln and Market Street, a big silver building. So yeah, I'm actually the current president of the board right now too, so get to run things. So what else?
So just in general, you've explained your role, you explained where it is. I think you kind of hit the nuts and bolts of that question for sure. So now, over the course of the year, you are in charge of kind of several different events that occur. So I know we have one coming up very near, so let's save our information for that one for our next question. But could you kind of detail what these events looks like and what kind of happens on that yearly cycle?
Yeah, so we have several events throughout the year. We do a couple of talks through the Senior Center and the library every year. We have one coming up with the library. Can't really talk about it yet because we haven't really finalized everything.
Top secret still.
It's
Sounds
top
good.
secret, but it is about the America 250 next year, so I'm excited about it. We just did our first bus cemetery tour in September, which was a lot of fun, very informative, and we had a packed bus. We had to turn people away. So we're hoping to do another one of those soon.
Yeah. And then in the summertime, you also have
in the summer we have
our
favorite event is the ice cream and pie social with the community band. Yeah. Where we bake a whole bunch of pies and cookies and serve the community at the community band concert.
And now, do you publish most of these events through the Facebook page for the Historical Society or the webpage, or how can people kind of stay up on the happenings?
Yeah, so follow us on Facebook, Oregon, Wisconsin History, and you can also follow our website. All of our events are on the event page on our website. The community, the Chamber of Oregon posts our stuff on their website and in their emails, and all throughout Facebook on their different community pages.
Great. Now, I'm just going to pause a minute. Let's talk about this bus tour.
Yeah.
So how many cemeteries did you visit? Was it one in particular? And what kind of was the details? Because I think this might be something that would attract a lot of folks. I mean, it's too late for this year, but of course, plan your calendars ahead for next.
Yeah.
So tell me a little more about that bus tour.
Yeah, so so we visited 6 cemeteries. Okay. We got out at 2. There were some of the cemeteries were harder to get out of and visit, but like Frenchtown was a really neat one. Got out, talked about the different people in Frenchtown. We would stop at the different cemeteries, talk a little bit about the history, about the historical people involved in that area that were buried in that cemetery. And then we'd drive on and learn some more things.
And was this all in like southern Dane County area or Dane County proper?
It was all in the Oregon area.
Oregon area. Well, I wouldn't even know that we had 6 different cemeteries in the Oregon area, to be honest with you.
So many cemeteries. Yeah.
Well, that sounds really cool. So that's an opportunity for people for next fall. But we do have something coming up that's extra special, and I believe you call it the 5th annual Christmas at the Museum, right? And that's occurring on December 13th. So let's get the details for that if our viewers might be interested.
Okay. So 5 years ago, I started this event just because I wanted to dress up. I like dressing up.
It's good to be honest. That's okay. Yeah.
So it was a selfish move. I did start this event just so I could dress up and have fun. But yeah, so this is our 5th year doing this. It's our Christmas at the Museum, and this year's theme is a musical. So we're going to have several different musical guests involved in coming. It's an open house kind of event from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And you can stop by. We're going to have some kids from Oregon High School come and sing and perform music. Some people from St. John's Lutheran Church, and Buttons Brass and Sass, Button Box Accordion, and Tuba Band.
All right.
Come and play.
And in this open house format, it's just kind of a drop-in event.
Yep.
And what are people kind of expected to do when they get to the museum for this event?
Yeah, so we will have sweet treats and yummy goodness in the office, and come and say hi to our office elves. And we'll have like some Christmas facts, so we'll probably play on the music of Christmas and have facts about the different musical pieces that everybody knows, like Jingle Bells and things like that. So every year we have different facts about Christmas or about that theme of Christmas up and around the entire museum, and come and listen to music.
Yeah, and is the event kind of open for normal or the museum open for normal operations on that day as well, so people can also use that as an opportunity to say, hey, if I've never been here, not only can I get some sweet treats, there's just some quality entertainment, but also just kind of experience that beauty of the museum in itself.
Totally.
Good. All right, and anything specific about Oregon and the Christmas area, or just Christmas, other way around, about Christmas in the Oregon area, there we go, or is it more just kind of general Christmas spirit kind of stuff?
General Christmas spirit kind of stuff.
Okay, great. Well, it sounds exciting.
Yeah.
So now I know that folks out there, we lead really busy lives, right? Between rehearsals and sports practices and just kind of keeping up the daily pace of life these days, that sometimes the holiday is not the time to get an extra event on the calendar. So how can folks really kind of visit the Historical Society in other times of the year? Or if someone's like, hey, I have a penchant for history out there, I'm really passionate about it, I want to get involved in this. Like, how do they kind of show interest or take interest in this, and what should they do?
Yeah, well, come by. We're open every Tuesday throughout the whole year from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then the first Saturday of the month during the school year, we're open from 9 to noon. And then during the summer, we're open every Saturday from 9 to noon as well. So.
And then when visitors arrive, what can they just generally expect? Describe the typical Oregon Area Historical Society museum visit.
We welcome them in and ask them if they've ever been there before. If you haven't, then you get like a real quick rundown of what you'll see in the museum. It's a self-guided tour, unless you want somebody to come and tell you the different things and run you through a tour. I never mind doing that. I love talking about Oregon's history. But yeah, just come on by, and if those hours don't work for you, give us a call, email us. We're open by appointment too.
Yeah. Now, recently there's been a couple of series of Facebook posts from a member in the community about Oregon history. Now, is he affiliated with the museum at all, or is he kind of independently running this?
Eric grew up in Oregon. I think his mom still lives here. He's very passionate about Oregon history. And he's been in contact with us with a couple of things and asking questions.
Because I wasn't know if that was collaboration or whether that was kind of an independent of what you do.
He's totally independent. We're trying to rope him in. We would love Eric to come and volunteer with us, but he lives in Florida now. So
oh, wow.
It's a little harder.
He's still taking a vested interest in the community, even being that many miles away.
Well, I mean, we have such a rich history here in Oregon.
And so as you reflect on that, what are some of the most fun facts or intriguing or interesting things you have leared about Oregon or the Oregon area since you started there? I know this is I didn't send her this question ahead of time, so I'm gonna keep talking and give her a few minutes to kind of come up with a selection here. What do you think?
Favorite bit of history? Gosh, that's hard. Okay, Charles Netherwood. He's a fascinating guy. So Charles Netherwood didn't grow up here, but he moved here when he was a little older. He would walk up to the Capitol on his birthday every year. He died in his late 90s, I believe. I think he was 98 when he passed away. But he was in the Civil War. And he was injured, came home, rested, got better, re-enlisted, went back out there. Ended up getting shot by a cannonball
Oh my gosh.
in his face.
Wow.
And that's why he ended up growing a beard. So any picture you ever see of Charles Netherwood, he has a beard on. But he was a very influential person here in Oregon and Wisconsin because he was big into politics.
Okay. And so obviously probably the namesake of our elementary school, the namesake of the street, I'm assuming.
Yep, they had a dairy. The family had a dairy too. The Netherwood block downtown has a whole bunch of buildings that he built.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of our town's founding fathers, it sounds like. So again, if anything like that interests you, then you definitely need to kind of take a visit out to the Oregon Historical Society and visit that museum. And don't forget to take part in that 5th annual Christmas at the Museum on December 13th, which is a Saturday. So we'll see you after the break, and we'll be back with Julie Krystof from the Oregon Area Food Pantry. Thanks.
This is Chief Jenny Pagenkopf with the Oregon Police Department. You're watching OCA Media.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Are you that person? The one with the fever riding the bus? The achy waiter coughing on everyone? The mom who sent her sick kid back to school? The guy still at work spreading the flu around? The flu is serious and symptoms come on fast. Know the facts, and if you think you have the flu, do the right thing. Stay home, avoid contact with others, and call your doctor right away. Ask about prescription medicine that can help stop or shorten the flu, and remember to get vaccinated every year. You can do this.
Hello and welcome back from the break. Our second guest today is the director of the Oregon Area Food Pantry named Julie Krystof. Now, the Oregon Food Pantry is an essential resource for this community that helps tons of our area families get the help they need with food assistance. And since it is this time of giving and gratitude, it's really important to recognize these organizations that exist within our village and our community to help families to meet their needs. So, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you here, and congratulations on your new position as director of the Oregon Area Food Pantry. So can you just quickly kind of give us a little rundown about your journey and how you came to be involved with the Oregon Area Food Pantry?
Yes, I've been involved actually in the operations and the management team for over 15 years now. And I started from our church when the food pantry was just 4 churches that united to supply the food. And I loved it so much. I had such a passion that I just continued on, and I retired this year. So it was a good opportunity to use my experience in business and management, and a good transition to slip into the director position.
Right.
So it worked out great.
Recent retirement led to a little more extra time on your hands, a little more time to devote. It's always been a great passion of yours, which is great to hear. And as I kind of foreshadowed in the opening to this, we know Thanksgiving is around the corner. And most Americans will associate food with Thanksgiving. While it is, the spirit is to give back and to give thanks, that food is the central component of that. And I know that can really be a stress to families during this time of year. And so, especially around Thanksgiving, how does the food pantry really kind of prepare for the ebbs and flows of the seasons, and how that can be higher demand in November and less demand in maybe May? So just kind of talk about that process.
Well, our guests, the number of guests actually ramp up quite a bit in Q4, as you would expect with the holidays.
Yeah.
So we gear up for the holidays by this wonderful community that we have. We reach out to our community for food drives. We have Amazon wish lists, and the community responds to that. So we have fully stocked shelves at our pantry. Our pantry is set up as a grocery store, and we have fully stocked Thanksgiving feast for our guests.
That's amazing. So now you mentioned this concept of an Amazon wish list. Some folks at home may not be aware of what really that entails. So can you explain how they could find that list? And if they're like, hey, that sounds like something that's a low prep, low stress way of really getting involved. Can you explain that process?
Yes. So you go onto the Amazon and you go into the list icon and just type in Oregon Area Food Pantry, and they will, it pops up a current list of our needs, and I'm able to change that month by month. So it will be current. The other thing that we're doing, and then they deliver it right to our door, which is really nice. The other thing that we're doing in 2026 soon, hopefully get that up in January, is we're going to do Hy-Vee aisle online. So if you'd rather stay local with that, you can jump on their website and order for the food pantry as well.
Yeah, maybe
and
cut
then
down
they
that
deliver.
carbon footprint a little bit of shipping things across the country for
and
sure.
Then they'll deliver it to our pantry. So it's a really nice way to keep updated with our needs. Also on our website, we always have a current need list going on. And we have a bin in our front door area that people can drop things in any time of the day or night. So
All right, great.
a lot of different avenues.
Yeah, and as we're aware, the government has been recently shut down. In fact, as we're filming this, I think there's a vote tonight that would potentially reopen the government and potentially then continue with SNAP assistance and food assistance benefits for families. So how has the Oregon Area Food Pantry really stepped up in these gaps in these time for needs? You want to explain what this process has been like for our viewers?
Yes, and it started even earlier with the federal cuts earlier this year. And one example was Second Harvest, who's the food bank that supplies the food pantries. We're not giving turkeys this year for Thanksgiving, and they've always supplied turkeys to the pantries before. So we have gone out to businesses and requested turkeys for donations, and we've gotten an overwhelming response of donated turkeys. Hy-Vee has been awesome with their promotions and food drives and special pricing as well. And the community has really come to our rescue as far as donations and food drives and things off our much needed list. So we've been able to get through the Thanksgiving with that. As far as the food share program and the government shutdown, anybody is welcome to our pantry.
Right.
First
You
of all,
don't have to be identified on SNAP assistance or identified by any other means.
Yeah, if you feel that you need help, then you come to us, and we're happy to have you in and shop. And it can be long-term or short-term, whatever your need is. And so we just want the community to know that we're there for them, to support them, and to get them through this time.
And I know it's hard to maybe list off the top of your head, but what are some of these local companies that we could recognize for stepping up and filling the need for these turkeys?
Well, just this week, we received about 150 turkeys, 100 from the Madison Community Landscape.
Wow.
Yeah, and also, Madison Commercial Landscape. And then another 50 from the Madison City Gobblers.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've had other smaller donations from different businesses as well. So,
not to harp on the shutdown, but I know it's had a huge impact. Some area businesses, like we've talked about with Hy-Vee, have really stepped in and offered folks some cheaper meal options. Kids eat free for the last couple of weeks there at Hy-Vee. But what do you need from community members as well to support families in that area? So you've talked about the wish list. You've talked about being able to drop off donations, but what about just regular financial contributions? Can you explain? I've always heard that your dollar as a food pantry goes a little bit farther than perhaps my average dollar in a grocery store picking out items. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
And the other thing with monetary donations is we can purchase what we need at that time. So it is really nice to have and best to have the monetary donations. And we have a website that is up to date and on products, as I mentioned, that we need. And you can donate through the website. You can send a check through the pantry as well on our P.O. box. And other support is just having food drives. We have had several have neighborhood food drives where they just go around to their neighborhood and ask for food for the pantry. A lot of employees have done little group food drives within their departments and all. And so that's a huge help.
Sure.
It really is.
Right. We know that Oregon is a very fortunate community. We're kind of blessed to live here, but there's also some inequities in Oregon in terms of housing and wealth, and it's always good to share that love when we can to make everybody in this community feel welcome. And like you said, this food pantry, you don't have to be classified under any kind of income or any kind of thing to use it. If you feel like you need resources, if you're facing food insecurity out there, go and visit the food pantry when it's open. And from my understanding, it's a very pleasant shopping experience. It's designed to not feel like a handout. It's more feel like a pleasant place to go and shop and find the food that you would find in regular grocery stores and just
That's right.
help people out. I think that really goes a long way to help preserve people's dignity and feelings, and I think that's really noble work that you all do there. So it's really great work.
When we first started the pantry, we were in a warehouse, which we're really grateful for that space and to have a space. But it was a little bit more difficult to go to a warehouse when you needed food. So when we built our building, then we set it up as a grocery store. It's a very comfortable, we have a great staff, all volunteers that come with a passion to want to serve our community. And our community has really, really responded when we're in need through our Facebook post or, just word of mouth. They really respond with donations, monetary and food. So we are very blessed to be here in Oregon with a great support.
Yeah, that's really amazing.
Yeah.
So since the beginning of your time as director, has anything kind of changed in terms of the schedule for food pickup, a process in arranging a food drive, or kind of what are the ins and outs that people should know about A, using the services provided, and B, planning a food drive or setting something up to help?
The best thing to do for planning a food drive would be to contact us and allow us to help you with whatever needs you need. We have lists of most needed items, and so we can help you with arranging that and the drop-off. All the distributions are on our website, and those are great drop-off times, but we can always get a separate drop-off, a special drop-off if you need one. Kopke's is having their food drive for their Christmas this weekend, and I'm going to go and meet them on Sunday night to pick up their food. So it's easy just to get a special drop-off. One thing that we're going to change in 2026 is we are adding more distribution days. So we're going from 7 to 9 different days, and we're going from 14 to 24 hours that we're going to be open.
Okay.
So that is going to help serve more of the guests that need it in Oregon. We have seen an increase, of course. This year, we've had about 70 new families start the food pantry.
That's amazing.
And and that's about 250 people in their families total. So we need to expand our hours to take care of.
So it sounds like you're making access a little bit more equitable in times of day that would work for most people. As we know, job and work schedules can sometimes prevent that person who would normally go from getting there, or mobility issues or whatever. So I think those are really great moves to continue to offer that access. So it sounds like, again, you guys are doing wonderful things at this food pantry. I know this time of year it's often on people's mind. It shouldn't always take the holidays, right, to remind us of our community members in need, but it sounds like the resources there, you're ready and willing and available to take donations, and the Amazon wish list is something I'm definitely going to check out, because anything you can do to help to support from behind your own smartphone and is probably a great use of technology and a great way to make sure that happens. So thank you so much for coming on the show today, taking some time out of your busy schedule to get here, and thank you for all the work that you do with that food pantry. So again, this episode, as we near Thanksgiving, I'm just reflecting on how thankful I am to live in this community of ours, between the sense of place and purpose that Heather Young helps cultivate with the Oregon Area Historical Society, and having this wonderful resource here in town for the Oregon Area Food Pantry where families can get the assistance they need. You Oregonians out there are really making a difference in people's lives. So thank you for your time. Have a happy Thanksgiving this next week, and we'll see you next month on Let's Talk Oregon.